Hello guys, hi, it's Connie again. So welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome so very much. And so today I'm back with another video after this key video yesterday with my family. Guys, it was so difficult because 2 years without skiing is a long time, and when you're older then you're afraid of falling. And by the way, I fell 2 times, or is it 3 times, and then you just go down the slope and you're rolling and rolling. But yeah, so this morning I woke up with backache, and and the kids was just perfect, kids. So anyway, if you haven't watched that video, please go and watch it. It's a day in my life, and come skiing with us. So that was fantastic. So this morning I have a very important appointment. So short story, 6 months ago I went for a regular checkup. Okay, so this is a something that is very normal in France. Is when you're in your 30s, you have to go for a smear scan. So this is what do you call it? It's when it comes to your uterus, the cervix, the uterus cervix is a check for cancer cells. Especially if you never know if you want to start having children and stuff like that. And so this is something that you do every year from your 30s. Every year you have to do it once a year. And then when you reach your 40s, you have to go for mammography. So that's what I did 6 months ago. I came for a regular checkup, and this is compulsory in France. You must do it. So I came for a regular checkup, and so everything went well, only that they saw some cysts on my right breast. And so I have to come back 6 months later for another checkup, just to make sure it's nothing serious. Okay, so that's what I have today. So I must admit I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit nervous, but just to tell you guys, do not take your health for granted. Please just go for those checkups. Just go. I mean, you need to do those checkups once in a while. If you're in your 40s, go for your mammographies. If you're in 30s, go for your for your smear scan and all the other tests that you can do. Just try and do some blood job once a year, because you never know, just to make sure that your cholesterol levels are fine. Don't wait until your 50s, your 60s, and then you have like worse problems in situations where you could have controlled them in advance. So that's where I am right now. I just got here. I have an appointment in like 20 minutes. So I will let you guys know how that went. It's very painful. I remember the first time, so that was 6 months ago. I was like, oh my goodness, it was so painful, because especially, so the first time they just did it a normal way, the way they just compress your breasts, just to make sure that they have every single part of your breast. And then they asked me to wait for like 10 minutes. So I waited, and I was like, what's going on here? What's going on? And then the second one was so painful, because I think they saw something in my breast, and so they compressed it. It was so painful. And so I'm so scared this morning, because I think it's going to be painful as well. But I have to do what I have to do. No, what can I say? What can I say? So that's why I'm here. So I know it's not going to be a very pleasant experience, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes, and I'm just praying for nothing serious. Okay, so but I think I will have like more regular checkups after this, because when you have a kyst, they have to keep checking. So I think this is a long process of other processes, and I know we have that in my family as well. So I'm not really worried, but sometimes you can doubt a little bit, because you never know. So let's see how this one goes. So I will keep you guys posted. So see you in the next half an hour. Okay, bye. Guys, I am finished. It's done. So let me tell you a story. So I go in, so that's the room that you've just seen right now in the clip just before. And then the specialist comes and is like, I don't understand what you're doing here, because from him looking at, the scans and everything looks fine, fine for him. And he's like, I don't understand why you're here like 6 months later. What happened? So he asked me to explain. So I said the first time I came, we did a regular scan, and then 10 minutes later they asked me to go for a more extensive one. And so I was like, because the specialist, the one who you know, took care of the scan and everything, who did the scan, told me that there's some like kiss, but they just wanted to be sure that, you know, 6 months later it doesn't like develop to something else. So that's why that's why I'm here 6 months later. So he clearly did not understand why, because from him looking at the previous scans and from the report that was made and me being there didn't make sense to him. So he asked the assistant to just do of course I was just here for the right breast, so that's what I did. And so they did the right one, and then he came and was like, I confirm, there is nothing to worry about. I was like, oh my goodness, I've been worried for 6 months for nothing, like in the end to be told that I didn't have to come. It was like, yeah, but at least you came and now you're reassured and stuff like that. So it was a very strange it was a very strange moment, but anyways, it was it's worth it, and it's done. So I had to ask if I have to come back every year. So he asked me if I have like any breast cancer cases in my family. I said, no, we don't. And then he said, then there's no point of coming back every year, because apparently, you know, when they do that, they're exposing you to rays, you know, and it's not so good. So he said, no, so you can come back when you're 45, when you're 50, or you can come even 10 years later, unless if you have something suspicious in your breast. And he said, like, that's the only thing that we tell women. You have to keep testing your breast, you have to keep touching your breast just to make sure you don't feel any lump or anything. So if in case you feel like a lump or something, then only then should you come back for a test, but you can wait for 5 years. Up until 10 years you can, okay? So because of the x-rays that we are exposed to, which is not so good for our health. And so guys, that is done. I'm reassured, honestly. Even though I always try to control my emotions, always try to make sure that I don't make a big thing out of nothing. But when I'm worried, it's for valid reasons. So I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. I just kind of brushed it under the rug up until now. And so, yeah, I'm glad everything went fine. It was very fast, actually, compared to the first time. So I'm really, really grateful for that, and that everything is in shape. Everything is fine. So that is really, really fantastic. So I'm very happy. So guys, please do not take your health for granted. Please go for those tests. As long as you're in your 30s, do the smear scan. It's very important. Just to that prevents or looks out for the uterus cancer. Then for the mammography, as when you're 40, or if you have any cancer cases in your family, please go for that test just once a year, and then after that you're free. Right now I feel like I'm free for the next 5 years, 10 years without going for another, you know, mammography. So it's important to do it, because sometimes it's too late if you don't really take it seriously. So yeah. That is done. So my day can go on, and it's a very happy moment for my family, because my small brother is a father now. So congratulations, Maureen and Monga. I'm so happy for you guys. So I'm an aunt, and I was counting yesterday the blessings. We have 6. I'm an aunt 6 times. That's crazy. That's really crazy. So yeah, so my small brother is a dad to a beautiful baby girl. So I'm so happy for them. And yeah, I can't wait to call them again today. So that was yesterday, February 23rd. And so I will call them right now, because my mom is actually on the way to Nairobi from Mombasa. So she must be getting to Nairobi as we speak right now. So guys, thank you so much again for watching. Thank you for for coming along with me with the stress and all that craziness. But honestly, the way it went, I didn't expect that at all. I was thinking they were going to press my breast like crazy, even worse than the first time, because the first time was crazy. But this time around, I thank God. I'm so happy that there is nothing wrong, and actually everything disappeared, you know. God is great. So thank you so much, and until next time, it's your girl Connie, and bye.